Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing well in your study. Today we are going to start chapter 20, that is a space quest. The meaning of quest is a long search for something. So let's focus on the contents that we are going to cover in this chapter. Space, the solar system, space travel, space missions. What does space look and feel like? Force of gravity, gravitational pull, the night sky, and the last one is home assignments. So first topic is space. Before going to tell you about space, I want to tell you about astronomers and astronomy. Who are astronomers and what is astronomy? Children, the scientists who study about space are called astronomers, and the study of space is called astronomy. Astronomy, a natural science that studies celestial objects and phenomena. So, space is a vast region beyond the earth. All the objects that lie in space are called celestial objects. Yes, children, you heard it right. It is celestial objects. These include the sun, the moon, planets, stars, and several other objects made of rock, ice, and fire. Now, next topic is the solar system. I think you all have studied about the solar system in class 4th. The solar system consists of the sun and the 8 planets. The 8 planets of the solar system are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. All the planets revolve around the sun in elliptical paths called orbits. What is the meaning of elliptical? Elliptical means circle or oval in shape. Here I am going to tell you about more in the solar system, and here I am going to explain more about these 8 planets. So Mercury. Mercury is the first and the smallest planet and innermost planet in the solar system. Its orbit around the sun takes 87.97 Earth days. It is the shortest of all the planets in the solar system. Next, Venus. Venus is the second planet from the sun. It is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. As the second brightest natural object in Earth's night sky after the moon, Venus can cast shadow and can be on rare occasion visible to the naked eye in broad daylight. Children, as you can see in this picture, the third planet, our home planet. It is the third planet from the sun and the only place we know of so far that's inhabited by living things, because it has air and water. So life is possible on earth. Now next, Mars. Mars is the fourth planet from the sun and the second smallest planet in the solar system, being larger than only Mercury. In English, Mars carries the name of the Roman god of war and is often referred to as the red planet. Now, next planet is the Jupiter. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the sun and the largest in the solar system. It is a gas giant with a mass 1000 that of the sun, but 2.5 times that of all the other planets in the solar system combined. Now next planet, that is Saturn. Saturn is the sixth planet from the sun and the second largest in the solar system after Jupiter. It is a gas giant with an average radius of about 9 times that of Earth. It only has 1/8 the average density of Earth. However, with its large volume, Saturn is over 95 times more massive. Now next, Uranus. Uranus is the seventh planet from the sun. Its name is a reference to the Greek god of the sky, Uranus, who according to Greek mythology was the grandfather of Zeus and the father of Cronus. It has the third largest planetary radius and fourth largest planetary mass in the solar system. Now next, Neptune. Neptune is the eighth and farthest known solar planet from the Sun. In the solar system, it is the fourth largest planet by diameter and the third most massive planet and the densest giant planet. It is 17 times the mass of the Earth. Children, in the solar system, earlier it was 9 planets, but that is the ninth planet is the Pluto. So, can you tell me children, why is Pluto no longer considered a planet? After reclassification in 2005, Pluto is no longer classified as a planet because Pluto gravity has not cleared its orbit of other matter and therefore it no longer fits the modern definition of a planet. Earth is round because its interior rock is warm enough to flow slowly in response to gravity. So, it is hard to tell if it is actually orbiting the Sun. Pluto is not destroyed, it is no longer considered a planet as per the definition of astronomy. And how it comes under the category of dwarf planet? Actually, the farthest planet of the solar system, Pluto has neither died nor has been destroyed. Now, next topic is space travel. Children, going out into space is not easy. That is why astronauts are given very special training. Can you tell me children, who are astronauts? Yes. An astronaut is a person who is trained to travel to space in a spacecraft. These vehicles are designed for exploration. What is the meaning of exploration? Exploration means investigation. Launch vehicles or rockets are used to carry and place artificial satellites in the orbits of planets. These satellites, designed by humans, help scientists carry out research about space, get weather forecast, and add communications. Astronomy is one of the oldest fields of study, and humans have wanted to travel to space science since ancient times. Now, the next topic is space missions. In this, first scientist Yuri Gagarin. Yes, children, you heard it right. Yuri Gagarin was a Soviet Air Force's pilot and cosmonaut who became the first human to journey into outer space. He was the first human to travel to space. He took his flight on 12th April 1961 on a spacecraft named Vostok 1. Here I am going to tell you more about Yuri Gagarin. Gagarin became an international celebrity and was awarded many medals and titles, including Hero of the Soviet Union, his nation's highest honor. Now, next topic is India's space mission. In this, many astronauts came. First, Rakesh Sharma. He was the first Indian astronaut to travel to space on 2nd April 1984. The spacecraft on which he travelled was Soyuz T-11. He was the only Indian to travel to space. Second, Kalpana Chawla. She was an Indian-American astronaut, an engineer, and the first woman of Indian origin to go into space. Next, Sunita Williams. She was an astronaut, was conducted extensive research in space. Here I am going to tell you about her experience. She shared her experience of living in space. She said that I love being up here and I love floating around. It took a little while to get used to falling asleep without laying down on a bed or having a pillow. Water doesn't stay at one place. It floats around as blobs. To wash our face or hands, we had to catch these blobs and wet paper with them. Not being able to walk, we had to get used to floating around. We had to do simple things differently to stay at one place. We had to strap ourselves there. Papers also had to be stuck to the wall of the spaceship. It was a lot of fun living in space, but it was difficult too. Now, next topic is what does space look and feel like? Children, we know that celestial bodies are floating around in space. What keeps the moon, the sun, or the planets from falling? Are they falling? If, for instance, the moon is falling, why doesn't it come any closer to the earth? Yes, they don't fall because of certain forces that act in space as well as on the earth. Absence of gravity is known as weightlessness. It is like floating, the feeling you get when a roller coaster suddenly goes down. Now next topic is force of gravity. Children, we have seen a fruit or a leaf falling from a tree. When we throw a ball up in the air, why does it fall and not just stay in the air? This is because of the force of gravity or gravity. So, the force of gravity, the force that attracts things to the surface of the earth, is called the force of gravity. When we throw a ball up in the air, it comes down because the force of gravity. When we jump in the air, we come down because gravity pulls us towards the center of the earth. The force of gravity depends on the distance between two objects. If the distance between the objects is more, the force of gravity is less. As a spacecraft is very far from Earth, the gravitational force of the Earth is weakened. Therefore, objects don't stay on the floor of the spacecraft, but they float. Now, next topic is gravitational pull. Children, you can understand by an experiment you can do at home also. Take a ball attached to a string. Hold the string from one end and move the ball in circular paths. What do you say? What do you feel? Why doesn't the ball fall off? It is because your hand exerts means apply. Your hand exerts a force on the string which keeps on the ball from falling off. The earth exerts a similar pull or a force towards the moon. It is just like moving a ball in circles attached to an invisible string. All celestial objects exert this pull on the objects around them. This attraction between two celestial objects, two celestial bodies, is known as gravitational pull. The bigger the celestial object, the stronger is the pull. The gravitational pull keeps the planets in their orbits. Otherwise, they would just move in a straight line. The Earth's gravity makes it revolve around the Sun, just like the Sun's gravity pulls the Earth. Now, the next topic is the night sky. Children, what do you see in the sky during the day? I think you guessed it right. Yes, you will tell that we see the moon and the clouds. As we learnt earlier, the sun is a ball of hot gases. This makes it emit light of its own. All stars emit light of their own. However, we can see the sun during the day because it is very close to the earth. At night, we see the moon and the stars in the sky. The sun makes the moon shine. The moon has no light of its own. It reflects the sun's light. As the moon revolves around the earth, only the part of the moon that faces the sun will be lit up. The moon sometimes shines brightly and is perfectly round. At times, only a portion of is illuminated. Illuminated means lit with bright lights. The different shapes of the moon that can be seen from the earth are known as phases of the moon. When the side of the moon facing the sun is completely illuminated, it is called a full moon. As you can see in this picture, when the moon cannot be seen in the sky, it is because we are looking at the unlit part of the moon. It is called the dark moon. The new moon appears as a thin crescent in the sky. So, I think you all have understood this chapter. If you have any problem, go through the book, read your book properly and go through the video. If you have any doubt, any problem, write your query there. Now, it's time to do some homework. So here are some difficult words and one question is there. Write difficult words in rough copy and learn it properly. Astronomers, astronomy, celestial, exploration, elliptical, satellites, gravity, gravitational, illuminated, crescent. And one question, why don't we fall off the earth? So find the answer and write it in your rough copy and learn it properly. So thank you to all children.